performing as the chief of the interim government. But why the name of Dr. Yunus is coming again and again? Actually, BNP is a very big political party, and BNP has huge legacy of running this country with late President Zia Rahman, who was the founding or founder of this political party. On the other hand, Begum Khaleda Zia, who was the former prime minister of this political party, and former prime minister, also the chairperson of this political party. So there are and this political party has huge leaders. So the question why the name of Dr. Yunus is sounding repeatedly again and again, and this is a very big question. So I wish to discuss on this issue. Whether I want to be sure first whether my audio is audio or not. Please technical team check whether the audio is okay. Okay, thank you very much. Actually, the July uprising that was happened in 2024, and the very dethroned. So that movement was led by students, and after that movement, actually there was a way even for BNP, Jamaat Islami, and other political parties to do politics here. And through that successful uprising, actually Bangladesh now witnessed a very participatory national election, though there are some allegations of vote rigging and intimidation by Jamaat Islami and National Citizen Party that was formed with the student leaders. However, it's now clear that Dr. Tarique Rahman is going to be the next prime minister. So Dr. Yunus' name is sounding as the next president. Actually, this Bangladesh, after the fall of Sheikh Hasina, also witnessed many turmoils. First, after the fall of Sheikh Hasina, there were repeated questions and repeated reports by some media, especially many Indian media. They made some reports that minority people here in Bangladesh is very unsafe, and there were repeated news, and even there were a very suffocating environment. And after the fall of Sheikh Hasina, there were some political incidents here, political conflicts here, and even at a stage there were confusion among the people whether the country will see a very peaceful, participatory and inclusive national election. And at that critical moment, actually Dr. Yunus, a figure, a very global renowned figure who sat on the steering of this country. So Dr. Yunus actually because of his personality, because of his international connectivity, was able to run this country despite various types of turmoil. And even the existing political parties, after the fall of Sheikh Hasina and after disqualifying Awami League, the former ruling party that ran the country for nearly 17 years. So now only Dr. Yunus, because of his personality, because of his international connectivity, was able to run this country. And Indian different types of media reports and massive reporting on minority issues. Bangladesh was in a very dangerous moment, but Dr. Yunus was able to run this country. So now Bangladesh, the student movement that was held, there were very popular slogan was that Bangladesh must run as an independent country. Bangladesh must adopt policy, strong independent policy, and Bangladesh will never be subservient to any external hegemony. And there is huge allegation against India that India always try to dominate this country, and that's why after the fall of Sheikh Hasina, actually that was a very uncomfortable change in this country, according to diplomatic sources. So India desperately tried to restore the Sheikh Hasina again, and their position was very clear, their media reports were very clear, but due to the strong stance and combined stance of the existing political parties, including BNP, Jamaat Islami, National Citizen Party, and other political parties, Gano Adhikar Porishad, Amar Bangladesh or AB Party, and all other political parties were very strong that they would not be at all weak anyway, that Sheikh Hasina, who all the political parties, students and mass people termed as the fascist ruler, and Sheikh Hasina actually ran her tenure with so many blunders like extrajudicial killings, enforced disappearances and other human rights violations. So Bangladeshi people and Bangladeshi existing political parties were not at all ready to accept Sheikh Hasina again, and even after huge demonstration and the interim government's initiative, the court imposed a ban on the political activities of Awami League due to its past human rights violations and other criminal activities. So in a nutshell, what I can say is that after the fall of Sheikh Hasina, there were huge challenges from the Indian side. There were also huge challenges from the Western world because Awami League, most of the Awami League leaders who are now in India and even some other European and Western countries, including the United Kingdom, United States, they continuously trying to prove before the Western world and before the external world that that radicalism is rising here in Bangladesh, and only Bangladesh is safe at the hand of Sheikh Hasina. So there were huge that type of propaganda, and even there were huge flow of misinformation, disinformation from Indian side. And at that moment, it was only possible for by Dr. Yunus to convince the Western world as well as to convince the external world that no, that type of elements are not existing in this country at all. So Dr. Yunus was able to convince the Western world and also to tackle the flow of or floods of misinformation, disinformation from Indian side. So now Tarique Rahman, who is going to be the leader of this country and who is going to run this country, those challenges are still very active, because it's very natural that India is a very big country and India is one of the superpowers in the world. So as a neighboring small state, according to Indian long hegemonic foreign policy, they of course will try to dominate this country, and at that moment it will also be a very big challenge for Tarique Rahman to make a balance in relationship between China and India, and also with the Bangladesh and Pakistan relationship. So there are so many complications in this country. Those challenges in the coming who days, and that complicated moment acceptance as a president, Tarique Rahman made a very strong figure. Dr. Yunus or made request Dr. Yunus to be the president of this country, because there are some Tarique Rahman may in this country, for example, Dr. Yunus or made request Dr. Yunus elected and be the president of this country, because there are some that she requested, for example, Justice Shahabuddin when to be the president, so and became the prime minister of this country. So there are that type of Justice Shahabuddin to be the considering the complication upcoming and became the president. And so there are the already fragile economy of this country, considering the complication, very renowned economies, and considering the global fragile economy of this country. Dr. Yunus is a very economic theories like microcredit, and has so global Tarique Rahman who has political maturity now after economic theories like 17 years in the United Kingdom after being exiled. Tarique Rahman, he made who has political maturity now be the president of this country, but this is a 50-50 chance for Dr. Yunus, according to me, because Yunus to be the president of this country, but BNP has this is a 50-50 chance for Dr. Yunus, according to me, because BNP is a very big political party, is going to BNP has many senior government. So those many top decades, this party is going to be aspiration to be the president. Government, so they will create a problem. Many top leaders they may advise the aspiration not to be the president. So of course they will as the president. Problem. There are so many advise, but there are some analysis that make Tarique Rahman, who is now very matured, and there are so many external hegemony and about the international politics, and in that case, Tarique Rahman is very condition and who is very conscious about the external hegemony condition about the international politics. Inflation, in that case, Tarique Rahman may request the condition of economic crisis at this condition of still inflation. Tarique Rahman may request this Dr. Yunus to be the president after the next these days activity is still uncertain. It will be after clear this whether Dr. Yunus and after the next president or not. Today's activity we are welcoming it will be all the elected whether members of parliament be from all political parties or not. You know that 51 political we are welcoming to part in the all the elected members of parliament from all political parties. You know that 51 political parties took part in the election, landslide victory, and however second position Jamaat Islami, and this political party had landslide history of victory running the country. However second position Jamaat Islami and this political parties had amicable way history of this country running the country together, and there are some very unexpected incidents of amicable way around there is report of very notorious crimes very by some politicians in some areas, violence, and incidents will be handled by Tarique Rahman and very notorious crimes. This is the expectation by some politicians in some areas. We are also incidents will be handled by young people who actually the front liners. This is the expectation of the July uprising. We are also very sharp because young people who actually the front liners of the July uprising, the young people will also play a very significant role to the upcoming government. Overall, we are hopeful, and the people of this country are hopeful that the young people must play a very significant role. A real democratic formation. We are hopeful that this country will reach to a progressive stage, will keeping positive developed into a real democratic formation. And this country will reach to a progressive stage, political parties that will be developed world. Parliament that next time combined work together. Of course, there will be political debate, political parties that will cross the limit, and that will Parliament turn into next time a violent work together. Of course, there will be political debate that will not cross the limit, and that will see again turn into a violent topic. Until then, however, thank you very much for staying with Delta Voice. I hope to see you again on other interesting topic. Until then, Allah Hafiz.